Hi guys, so I wanted to tell you what's been going on, give you an update, and why I'm getting evicted. Again, this is completely out of my hands. All my efforts have been sabotaged, whether it's through cyber stalking, hacking of my devices, listening to me in my apartment on contacts that I'm making for jobs, or who I'm talking to on the phone for a job, or what job I'm applying to online. Everything gets sabotaged, and they've manufactured this chaos to try to make it my reality and to prevent me from progressing even an inch in my life. um so July, August, I customarily have been filling out I've been getting COVID relief and filling out monthly applications where I fill out the application and management fills out their portion of the application and the rent is paid. So July, August, as the harassment intensified and the illegal enterings intensified and third parties got more aggressive with me as that intensified, I wrote management, Heidi Cope and Jeremy Barons, that I wanted the third parties entering my apartment, the illegal enterings, to stop. I told them about the poisoning. I was getting sick. And all of a sudden, my application for rent through COVID relief is ignored. All of a sudden, there's supposedly this new management that comes in August. But what I want to say is, I got nothing but paperwork from Jeremy that month regarding the apartment complex. So I emailed Jeremy my COVID relief application numbers. He ignored them and told me he didn't manage this building. The fact is, he processed everybody else's COVID application to receive the rent due from everybody else at Legacy Landing and at Cedarbrook. And he purposely did not fill mine out. July and August. And when this so-called new management was here, he told me to email her. Why would I email her? I the state or the COVID relief customer service told me she wasn't even on their radar. She wasn't even signed up. And that Jeremy was supposed to fill out the application. Well, he ignored it and he lied to me. He misdirected me. He ignored me, gave me the incorrect advice, misdirected me purposely. And so, as I'm corresponding with the new management, she agrees that she takes COVID relief for rent. There's only one funding from the state federal. There's only one. And she says she accepts it. Jeremy Barons comes to the office. I see him there. The next thing you know, after she says she accepts it, to cross my T's and dot my I's, I called two sister properties of BAM Management, who supposedly has taken over this property. Park 88 and Summit. Brody is at Summit. We spoke on the phone and I emailed him. He and Park 88 said they both, their properties, accept COVID relief. The one Kim Reynolds allowed. They also said BAM Management accepts the COVID relief, and the new management, their management that supposedly took over Legacy Landing, the manager's name is Desiree, that she accepts COVID relief. Long story short, after Jeremy got in her ear, she went back on her word verbally and via email. Deceptive and fraudulent business practices, guys. Discrimination and harassment. Jeremy Barons isn't going to be happy unless he successfully poisons me. Because not only did he ignore my application July and August, not only that, he was still giving paperwork to all the tenants here. 3-day notices, all that stuff that we have to include in our application. he got Desiree to go back on her agreement, her written agreement, her verbal agreement that she would accept my application. So I'm emailing her nonstop. My days are taken up by emailing her my COVID application number. I'm having to be on the phone with Iowa Finance Authority about my application, and they're telling me nobody's touching it. Nobody's processing it. But as usual, it gets approved. And it got approved for the portion of my utilities. But my rent wasn't paid because neither of them processed it. So Desiree, so when I contacted Summit, Brody at Summit, I think he's the manager there, the sister property to BAM Management, who now supposedly took over this property, Legacy Landing. I told him what was going on, and he agreed with me. But he said there's nothing I can do because I don't manage that property. So Desiree was harassing me, saying crazy things. After she agreed to take this form of payment, she was saying, in emails, that the COVID relief funding had expired months ago. She was wasting time. Nothing was getting processed. And then August 30th rolls around, which is the deadline, meaning my application is null and void for rent. And this was purposely done by Jeremy, purposely done by Desiree, because Jeremy desperately wants to get me out because of the things illegally he has taken part in and allowed third parties and has coerced third parties to engage in. The illegal enterings, the stalking me throughout town to my place of work or the place where I'm applying to work, and some of the police assisting him, like Jared Steigel, in saying that, I'm a bad person, I do drugs, or I'm mentally ill, or I'm defecating on the side of a building, or I'm throwing dog poop at people. Just the most insane stuff these people say, and they play along with it. The most damaging and defamatory comments. And, Jeremy is so desperate to run me out. They went to these lengths. So on August 30th, I got a termination and a notice to vacate, termination of my termination of my rental agreement due to non-payment. And I emailed Desiree here at the office and said, why were you negligent in filling out your portion of the application that you agreed to accept as a form of payment? So, with Jeremy in up my butt all the time, and him weaponizing people that are supposed to be in my life, whether it's management, a job, coworkers, friends, people I don't even know. These people are told to harass the hell out of me and to work against me and to manufacture chaos and try to make it my reality and try to make me appear incompetent. And he's gone so far that people have been basically conspiring to murder me by poisoning my environment. And the reason I'm talking about this now, well, I also want to say, as far as the rent is concerned, we got more deceptive, more fraud business practices that started taking place as soon as I moved in, and it's escalated to where my life is hanging by a thread. So and now my cam won't work. And so it's, if they're not hacking your devices through home automation, or going or having third parties stalk you, that Tesla I have photos of stalking me every time I leave my house, every time I'm walking to work or walking to the store, that third party, that Tesla, and other people in this building were stalking me really hard when I worked at Eden Crest. And Jared Steigel had been parked outside of my job, and third parties and the police making contact with my job, trying to say I'm mentally ill or I'm incompetent, is really very, very sad and pathetic, because I had to take a random drug test, which I passed. I had to do 50 hours of medical classes on how to care for the elderly, because it was a rest home. So these these are very thorough, very intricate courses on mental illness, the oncoming stages of mental illness, and how the body degenerates, and what we have to look for, and how we have to communicate, and how not to communicate with these individuals. And I have an officer sitting outside, and prior to that, I'm being stalked to and from work. And then I start getting harassed at work. My manager, Alex, hacked into my device. He had my phone for 5 or 6 minutes. After that, I had no control over my device. So when they do these things to you, they want to be able to listen to you, to know your business, so they can sabotage anything that you're doing in your life. Continue to defame you and stalk you, cyber stalk you. And Shannon Giles, the manager there, did everything illegal in terms, and everything unethical when it comes to being an HR director and following employment rights. So these people, I don't understand, in Norwalk, Iowa, continuously take part in crimes because somebody of authority tells them it's okay. Just like Donald Trump had all those people attack the Capitol. And the police here will use their third parties to make contact with every job, every contact you have, and destroy that relationship by projecting criminality or mental illness. And I'm so tired of it. So, Jeremy Barons, at this point, I wanted to talk about. Anyways, I just wanted to say, when it comes to Jeremy Barons, Legacy Landing, Cedarbrook, the management company Indigo Living, and Hubble, all those entities have taken part and have enabled, allowed, swept under the carpet everything that's happened to me. And the poisoning, I wanted to say, has not stopped. It's been going through my vents. So I don't know, I don't have the blueprints to tell you how someone is either going through the crawl spaces or utilizing equipment to create this to happen through the vents or crawl spaces, or if it's somebody above me or below me with equipment that has access to the vents. I don't know which it is. But yesterday around, I want to say, I had a conference call at 1 o'clock, so about 1:30, there was somebody. I could hear them in my bathroom, like the ceiling, and in the vent area, like there was a lot of activity, and then a lot of fumes, a lot of poisonous fumes, and toxic heavy smell was coming through the vents. And I have to open up the sliding window and the windows because my lungs start burning. So I'm slowly being murdered. And you know, when you have to deal with this type of criminality, and you got people you don't know being asked to take part 24/7, it is unfathomable. It makes a Stephen King novel book look like Alice in Wonderland. I'm blocked from getting medical treatment when I was poisoned so bad from eating food that was compromised. You saw me put that salmon in the microwave. So I don't know what would make food do those things in the microwave. And I'm forbidden to call for help. Um, so, we have a consistency and a pattern over and over repeatedly of deceptive and fraudulent business practices from Jeremy Barron's Heidi Cope of Legacy Landing and Cedarbrook, those two apartment complexes, the one next door and the one here. So when I talked to Brody at Summit Apartments, who belongs to BAM Management, and his email is summit, SUMMIT, at BAM, BAM, B as in boy, A as in apple, M as in Mary, A as in apple, M.com. So the end was A as in apple, M as in Mary.com. He agreed that, Desiree, they all accept COVID funding. And for her to accept a form of payment and then to renege on it fraudulently and deliberately to put me in a position where she gives me a 30-day notice to terminate my lease is unbelievable. And again, Jeremy Barons had been at the office with her. And as soon as he was at the office with her, after I was trying to communicate with her about these applications that she said she would accept as a form of payment, she started harassing me. So again, guys, the COVID relief expired on August 30th. My payment was sabotaged. It was never, ever processed by Jeremy nor Desiree in August. And Brody, the manager at Summit Apartments of BAM Management, told me, I said, Jeremy or Desiree could have processed my COVID application. He goes, yeah, they could have. They were both still managing this apartment complex. And I'm purposely being pushed out without a place to go, without being able to have a job. Everything that I've tried to do like a normal person, have a job, go to the grocery store. It's like I can't go to the store without being harassed and stalked. I can't be in my apartment and eat something without it being poisoned. I can't breathe my own air in my apartment without it being poisoned. So I just want to say to whoever's out there that is in watching what's going on. Again, today is Friday, so I think it was Tuesday. I forgot what day it was now. I had a Zoom meeting not yesterday, but the day before, I think it was. Yeah, Wednesday. So around 1:30, there was someone administrating. I can't say the word. Administering some type of chemicals through my vents. And they just did it. They've been doing it all day today. And I want to give you the time that it was going on today. It was just they were doing it since after 5 o'clock, real heavy. They were doing it in the middle of the day around 12 o'clock, but they were doing it Wednesday around 1:30, 1:20. And so if there's some type of entrance that is not, so the reason I'm telling you this is because if there's an entrance you guys know of to get in the vent area or the crawl space, or if it's someone below me, the side of me, or above me who's doing this through the vents. Again, I don't have the blueprints, but I want to give you guys the update that the poisoning has not stopped. And with these people that live here that want to start drama with me, that won't allow, that won't leave me alone, won't stay away from me. Jeremy Barons won't leave me alone, won't stay away from me. In one way or another, he is directly or indirectly trying to destroy my life, and has destroyed my life. So if anyone out there is able to donate anything you can, I can't get anything on my PayPal right now. I can't access my account. Um, so if you do want to donate, please message me in the comments of this upload. The Iowa COVID Finance Authority did cover my utilities for July and August, but my rent is $1,060, and so now I have to go to court. And I don't know what's going to happen if I do get evicted, because I have nowhere to go. I don't have a car, and I'm not allowed to have a job. I'm not allowed to have friends. I'm not allowed to go to the grocery store without being harassed and having the police stalk me, utilize their third parties to stalk me, and defame my character everywhere I go, including my bank, including the dollar store. I mean, what the hell is going on? So again, guys, if anyone's able to donate, please leave me a message in the comments. And these people have backed me up against the wall. And again, they basically are seriously trying to sacrifice me. They don't want me to move forward in life. They want to keep me in a position where they have control over me, whether it's through poisoning, stalking, intimidation, sabotaging my payment of rent, and now putting an eviction on me. And legal aid, Linda Renner, has been completely incompetent and completely negligent. She actually has taken the side of these people. So I feel she's she's a compromised individual, because you have to understand, and I say compromised, these people who do this to me have made contact with her to work against me, just like Jeremy does with Desiree, just what Jeremy does with everybody in this complex. Because when I've told her what was going on, she would just sit there, as I'm on the phone with her for almost a half hour. She'll start saying conspiracy theories. Oh, those are conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories. She doesn't help me. She for 2 weeks didn't contact me. I didn't have an email. She didn't do nothing. She didn't follow through on what she was going to say. And I didn't want her representing me. And I talked to the manager, Ben, at Legal Aid, and he refused to switch me with someone else. And I told him I don't want her representing me. And during that time, I was trying to reach her before I talked to Ben, and she was nowhere. She was MIA. So what happens? August 30th comes, it goes, and that's the expiration of the COVID relief. And now I can't get her to make contact with the management to get their act together and process my application, because the expiration date passed. And when I explained that to her, she didn't care. She ended up calling the management without my permission after I said I didn't want her repping me. And the management, Desiree, lied to her and said I was not in contact with her about my rent payment. When in actuality, I have email after email after email after email I've sent her about my COVID application number and processing it. And all that woman did is play games with me, as Jeremy advised her to do. And Linda had the nerve to tell me that I'm negligent for not working with management to get my rent paid. So again, guys, I'm going to end this video because when people have access to listen to you and they know when you're walking out the door, and they can run outside and wait for you in the car, or run outside and drive down the road and wait for you, hoping you'll go to the store. You know, I would purposely open my door and shut it. And these stalkers come out like cockroaches. They would drive to the next door property, driving back in my building, or they would start their cars as if I did walk out, they'd start the cars to get ready to stalk me. There is a very dark, dark black car with very dark tinted windows, and that car kind of scares me. It drives down Sunset, turns right where the Chevrolet is, and comes up the street here, makes a left, and then makes a left on Cedar, and then makes a right into the first parking lot of Cedar Brook Apartments. That car, what these cars do is they drop people off as I walk out my door, and those people stalk me. So you have people who don't even live on this property and people that live on this property doing this. And the people that live on this property work directly with those people. The black car that drives on next door, as I'm like going to the store, they'll drop people off to start stalking me. So that black car, I'm sure you guys got that on video. But I just want to let you guys know what happened with the eviction. The form of payment was ignored by Jeremy. It was ignored by Desiree. After she agreed to take that payment, she agreed to take that form of payment, and then she sabotaged it and didn't accept it. So again, deceptive, fraudulent business practices. This is discrimination. This is harassment on every level. And if I don't have privacy when I'm in my bathroom, which I don't, there's some things I haven't told you guys. There's things I've done in my bathroom, which what I do when I get out, if I'm moisturizing my body or whatever. And they would have people come in the store at Get and Go and tell me, you know what, how so sick is the people who have access to these cameras advise the stalkers on how to treat you, how to talk to you. And I'm not embarrassed. I'm not doing anything that any other person would do, except, the people who invade your privacy, who breach the your tenant lease, and have people stalk you. It's just insane. And that black equinox that stalked me, was it early June, or mid June, whatever. He would come in the store, ask how I'm doing, but then he would he's one of those stalkers that's trying to get information, but then trying to befriend you so he could put you in harm's way and mess up your life, take part in messing up your life. He would tell me, oh yeah, well, you're just going to get tired. You're just going to get tired and more tired and more tired. And it's almost as if, he already knew what they were going to be doing to me. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video and I'm going to upload it. I just want to give you guys a heads up on why I'm getting evicted. And again, I have proof from my emails that Desiree of BAM Management agreed to take my COVID application as payment. And then after agreeing verbally and in writing, she didn't. And then instead gave me a termination of my tenancy and that I was getting evicted. Jeremy Behrens and Desiree were both contacted to process my applications. And Brody of Summit Apartments agreed with me. I didn't have one manager. I had two managers that were able bodies to process that application, but no, they didn't. Desiree said she was, and then she didn't. She agreed to do it, and then she didn't. She let the expiration date go by, and now I'm getting evicted. I think that's everything I wanted to say. All right, guys, wish me luck. If you do want to donate, please leave me a comment in the comments. And please keep your fingers crossed for me. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Be good to each other. Oh, by the way, if my stalkers are contacting anybody, like for instance, if I like a certain artist or if I like a certain person on YouTube, these third party or stalkers will contact someone and make up shit about me. These people in town, including the police, including my manager, will say the most sickest, twisted, unthinkable things about me to people. Completely lie about me. Create a negative narrative to keep me isolated and to continue abusing me and putting my life in danger and harm's way every day, all day. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.